Check, check, microphone check. Hello? Hey Brian, how are you, sir? How are things? Hope you're doing well. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay now. Apparently I had my mic muted. There we go. Yay! So my friends, yeah, welcome back to the channel. Been a while since I've done any streaming. Been a very, very busy beaver, my friends. Working on multiple mods at the kind of at the same time, you know. So, you know, MyGamesteam has a lot of mods. He's got over like 200 mods. Basically, you know, he's updating some of his mods, you know, and basically, I've been going over some of the mods for him. So let me give you an example of one of the little mods that MyGamesteam has. This is the Piaggio Ape. This is based on an Italian classic. This is a very, very popular piece of equipment. Has simple IC functionality. Not quite sure what's going on in there. Some of these IC features I'm not quite familiar with. So there's something going on in there. So what's opening there? I'm not sure. Put that up there. Let me put this one down. Okay, so that's opening that. And then the two latches. So what's opening this? Wait a second. Right, so what is the other IC thing in here? I don't know. There's something here that I'm missing, obviously. So something is opening in there, but I can't see the bloody thing. Anyways, basically MyGamesteam has asked me, oh, maybe it's this one here, has asked me to take a look at this. Okay, that's that one there. Where's the other IC thing? See, there's so many bloody X's here, I don't know my ass from my elbow. So that's that one. That's the door. This one here. Okay, so that's opening that. So something is going on inside, but I don't know what this X is connected to. Where is that X connected to? You have the two X's here. Anyways, so this is a mod that I'm working on at the moment for MyGamesteam. There seems to be like a little trapdoor or something in there. Is that right? It is, look. Ah. Now I see what it is. Okay. Okay. So yeah, there's a lot of IC functionality on this mod. We're updating this mod at the current time. There's got a few little things that needs fixing. No engine sounds? Why is there no engine sounds? Yeah, we have no engine sounds. I wonder what that is. That's probably something I did. Maybe I didn't remap the XML or something. So the one of the things I'm doing with this is the brake force is very, very powerful on this mod. Basically, it brakes way too hard, you know. So I'm going to have to go into the XML and adjust the brake force in this thing to make sure that it's. Now I think what I've done here is the sound file. You know, it has a sound file for the XML. I probably haven't remapped it properly, but I'll get that fixed anyways. We're working on multiple different mods at once. So we have the Piaggio Ape here. We're going to get this updated. What I was hoping to do is have some like liveries or skins on the outside of this, you know, for like, you know, like a pizza delivery skin or a milk skin or food truck delivery, you know, that type of thing. So different kind of skin jobs on it. Another one we're working on is the KSIH. We'll take a look at that in a second. But I guess the stream title is the new updated version of the Fendt Katana, right? So MyGamesteam, if you watch some of my previous videos, you may have heard me mention that we were working on the Fendt Katana here. So MyGamesteam has presented me with a beta build of the Fendt Katana 850. Right. So this has a lot of simple IC functionality built into it. We've done a lot of work in terms of the animations. These animations are now reflected of the real world Fendt Katana. Right. So we have now added a animation function here to the rear hatch or the rear panel. There are no sound schemes in this particular build, so basically when I open and close the side panels, there's no sounds associated with that. We'll add that in at the end, but I'm just going to show you the animations and that type of thing. So these are simple IC functions. Okay. So MyGamesteam has separated Lunatic Cam. How are you, sir? How are things? Thank you for tuning in, my friend. I've seen you stream a few times over the last few weeks, LC. I have tuned in, sir. But you know, I kind of pop in and out. You know, I don't necessarily post, but I have seen your live streams, and it's good to see you back, my friend. But yeah, so MyGamesteam, he separated this part here in Blender, added a simple IC function. Okay, he's added these new pieces here. So these piston pieces are based on the real world Katana, right? See, these are new. He's added hinges to this side panel here. Okay, so these are brand new that were added, right? Now there's another piece that needs to be added up here as well, right? So basically, see this piston piece here, that needs to be added up here. So there's a piston going across, right? Now it's not in this particular build, but MyGamesteam will be adding it in, right? So one of the things we're trying to do, we're trying to get the animations, the speed of the doors opening reflective of the real world. So in the final public build of this mod, there will be a sound associated with the closing and opening animation, right? Okay, as you can see as well, my friends, the decals are now fixed. They move with the animation of the vehicle. I can demonstrate this here, look. Okay. One of the things as well is that the animation of these large side panels are completely different now. So if you look up here, there's a brand new pieces that were created here, look. So we have these piston pieces here. We have these support arms or brackets, look. So this animation here and the way it is animated is actually reflective of the real world Fendt Katana. Alright. So what we're trying to do is build in excuse me. We're trying to build in a real world accuracy and a you know, a faithful representation of the real world Fendt Katana. So in the real world, you know, you can open all these side panels because obviously you need maintenance, you know, access for maintenance. Now, one of the other things that we're going to be doing in the public build as well, in the real world, the Fendt Katana has internal illumination. So basically at night time, when you turn on the lights, there will be a light inside in the cabin area here, and it will turn on and illuminate, so you'll be able to see inside. Now, I don't know if MyGamesteam has that built in. So he hasn't. So there is the light. You see the light? Watch this, look. So if I go around here, look, so I built in the light into it, right? You can see it there, right? But the light hasn't been, you know, it hasn't been set up properly. You know, it's just a placeholder for MyGamesteam to know where it is. So basically, at night time, the internal engine compartment will be illuminated. Now, it's going to need a little bit of work because the way Giants have these lights set up is, if you have a light up here, right, what's going to happen is it's going to come out at the bottom of the vehicle. So it's going to reflect on the ground. So we have to tailor the light source very, very carefully, and then we have to create a specific light shape. So basically the light will only be illuminating the internal engine area and not actually reflecting down here on the ground. But that's what we're kind of be going for here. And as I said, I have kind of a light kind of placed in there already. So we'll go back to daytime again. As I said, this is very, very beta build that we have here. So we have another functionality here. Turn off the lights. Right, so we have the 5 side panels. You have the small side panels, okay? Now internally here, right? So we're going to be doing a lot of work inside here as well, right? So we're going to be adding more details to the inside of this. We're going to be adding decals. We're going to be adding hoses and tubes and brass pieces and metallic pieces. You know, that type of thing. So the internal section here will be a lot more, real world accurate. So you have your panels here. So that's one door here. You can open and close the door here. As I say, it's all hinged, look. So there are brackets holding it in place. And the animation is actually reflective of how it moves in the real world. So we have the side panel here. So see that X here? I'm gonna move that X to here, because that's where you actually open the rear hatch or door panel here. So I'm just gonna move the X up here. It shouldn't really be here. So we have the 2 side panels here. Close these, okay, and this one as well. Right. So this is also something that MyGamesteam built in based on the real world Fendt Katana. We have these storage compartments here. Look, so these were taken apart in Blender, and MyGamesteam has added these. Right, so these open and close now. Look. Okay. So what's going to happen here, my friends? So you'll be able to store things inside here. So what we're going to do is we're going to have some like a toolbox or something in here, you know, or a diesel canister, or that type of thing, or like batteries, spare batteries and that type of stuff. So the 2 storage compartments here, right? So that's based on the real world Fendt Katana as well. There'll be sounds associated with these animations as well, right? Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate the positive feedback there, LC. Another thing that we're doing here, now it's not built into this mod, right? So there is a panel here. See this panel here, right? So behind this panel, you might be able to see it. There's a PTO inside. See the yellow PTO inside there, right? So basically what we're going to do is you're going to be able to walk up to this panel here. You're going to click the white X, and this panel will disappear, which will reveal the PTO inside. This is for maintenance, and again, this is reflective of the real world Fendt Katana, right? What other things are we going to be doing with the mod? So we're going to be adding a lot of decals into the interior. We're going to be painting the engine inside here, right? So MyGamesteam has a lot of these parts already separated, okay? Which means that we can now begin to color the engine compartment. And what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and match the colors of the internal engine compartment to the real world Fendt Katana. So I'm going to open the panels again because I need to show you something quite spiffing. Open these up again. Okay, so MyGamesteam has he's done a lot of work in terms of separating parts in Blender. And the reason he separated the parts in Blender, especially the engine parts, is because of this. Watch this, my friends. I don't know if you can see that, my friends, but we now have an animated spinning fan. And if you look closely here, my friends, all this shit is now animated, look. So the belts are animated. So we have 16 animated pulleys, and we have 3 animated belts. So MyGamesteam separated all these parts in Blender. He separated the belts. So these are all animated now. You have 1, 2, 3, 6, 8. So there's about 8 pulleys here, and there's like 2 belts. There's more belts and pulleys inside with the fan. they all spin as well. So that's something that has been, you know, that is not available with the Giants mod, as it were. You know, this is based on the base game, you know, Fendt Katana 650. We're going to be adding stuff internally in here as well to make it more accurate and realistic to the, you know, the real world katana. The warning stripes are going to stay on by default. So there's going to be a lot more detail in terms of the mod here. We're going to be adding there's a special sensor that is a shop option. Just give me 1 second there, guys. Excuse me. Oh, several frogs in my throat. So yeah, there's a sensor option that you can purchase in the real world. So we're going to be building that in Blender, and we're going to be adding a special kind of crop sensor thingy to the pipe section. In terms of the internals, so there is some IC functionality built in already. Okay, so we're going to have, so it does actually have an animation sound for the door here. Very nice. You can put up and down the steering column. The key is animated automatically. Alright. So we're going to be adding a lot more detail to the internal cab as well. Thank you very much, Elsa. I appreciate that. So we're going to be adding more decals into the internal here. So see this back window, we're going to be adding more decals here. We're going to be adding a decal on the window here. We're going to look at dashboard live. So see this this whole display here. We're going to look at dashboard live and actually have interactive control and dashboard functionality built into the mod. I'm going to be changing the decal. See the decal on the seat here? That horse decal. That's not part of the real world vehicle. So we're going to be taking this off and putting the actual decal on. We're going to be adding some more stuff in here basically. We're going to juice it up, spruce it up, and we're going to be adding more kind of functionality in here and that type of thing. I've added the US warning sign, but that warning sign is probably going to change position. Let me show you this. It's just a placeholder, right? So see the warning sign here, right? We're going to be taking. I just left this here just as a placeholder. I'm going to be taking this off, okay? And see these warning stripes here. We're going to be replacing these two at the back with the warning triangle. So we're going to have an EU and a US configuration of the Fendt Katana, right? And we're going to be taking these off as well. See these? They're going to disappear. We're going to add, or to take them off or put something else on there. So yeah, we're going to have a US and EU configuration for people. What else is there? Let me see. So pipe in, pipe out, change cruise, unload here. Now I don't know, we may add some mouse. So in this particular beta build, you know, you can't open and close the panels. You know, it's only just IC functionality at the moment to open and close the panels. But what we might do, we might add some commands where we can, you know, close these panels with mouse control or an Xbox controller, you know, that type of thing. For people who don't like IC or just want to use a conventional Xbox controller or PlayStation controller and that type of thing. So yeah, we're going to get some functionality in the see the CB radio up here. We're going to get those illuminated and some like a readout, like a radio. Going to be changing this decal here. See this picture here, we're going to be changing that to something else. So there is a lot of stuff that we could potentially do with the Fendt Katana here in terms of changing it up, sprucing it up, and making it kind of more real world accurate. But as I said, this is very much a beta build at the moment. There's stuff to do. Like for example, there's a bit of an error here. Let me show you this. You know, I don't mind pointing out errors. You know, I think it's a good idea. So you may see here, look. So you see this piece here, right? This piece here. There's another one down here, right? So they're replicated. So only one of these should exist. So MyGamesteam has to remove this piece here. You know what I mean? It's just kind of doubled up by accident or whatever. You know, so we'll get that fixed. But you know, I'm very happy with the what MyGamesteam has done so far. This is a substantial amount of work, Blender work. You know, this is not easy to do. You know, because you have to animate all this stuff. So MyGamesteam did all this from scratch. He had to separate these parts in Blender. He had to create all these panel pieces, all these piston pieces, the frame. The animation is very difficult to do. You know what I mean? To make it look right, you know, because it's a certain way of doing it. You know. So yeah, I'm very happy with what he has accomplished here. And it's just really smooth and professional, you know. So all these piston pieces here, look, they go down. As I said, these side panels need piston pieces as well. We'll get those installed. I mean, he's already built them. So what MyGamesteam can do is he can just take, you know, these pieces here and just put them on the side panels, you know, that type of thing. So he doesn't have to make them from scratch or anything. He just has to resize them and just put them in a different position, that type of thing. But yeah, I'm very pleased. You know, the level of detail that he was able to put in, especially with the engine and the animations, is fantastic. And you know, no one has done this. You know, no one has done this kind of work yet. As far as I'm aware, this is the very first mod to do this kind of detail and these kind of animations with the katana here, you know. So yeah, I'm very happy with the end result, my friends. And it's gonna get in there so you can see the engine. And there's pulleys and belts inside here as well that are animated and spinning. So yeah, I think that is super duper awesome. So another mod that I've been working on as well is the Case IH, the MXM190. So this is another MyGamesteam mod. We're hoping to get this out for Saturday, depending on how things go. So MyGamesteam, he has a couple of versions of this. He had a 1.0 and then a 1.1. So basically, I've done the vast majority of work on 1.2. So this is a real world piece of kit, right? So it was manufactured by Case IH from 2002 to 2007. I did a lot of work in terms of researching the real world specifications, right? So, you know, I found documents, PDF documents, test reports, that type of thing. And basically, I was able to, you know, enter the correct specifications of the Case IH here. So, for example, previously MyGamesteam had the diesel capacity set to 250 liters. In the real world, it's actually 397.5 liters. But because the game doesn't recognize a 0.5, you have to set it to an even number, so 398. 30 mph. The weight is actually real world accurate now. So, for example, in the real world, this vehicle is 7.95 ton. So I've set it to 7.4 because once you start adding wheel options, your weight will go up, as you can see, depending on the wheel configuration. You know, obviously dual wheels and that type of thing are going to increase the weight, and wheel weights, you know, that type of thing. So there are multiple options on this mod. A lot of new stuff has been built into the mod compared to the previous version. So I've gone over the basically, you know, kind of redone the XML to make sure it's real world accurate. So in terms of shop options, we have a front 3-point hitch, Front 3-point, we have a front weight. So the front weight goes from 360 kilograms to 1,460. All right. And there are obviously object changes associated with that. So you're adding the plates, that type of thing. This is not new stuff, but it's it's been done before. So one of the things that I did as well, and I asked MyGamesteam to do, so there in the real world there's an MXM 190, but there's also a Pro version, right? So what we've done is the 190 is based on real world, tractor data, but we have an unrealistic version, right? So and then we've made it, we've called it the MXM 190 Pro, right? So this is 250 horsepower. So this would be kind of considered your tuned version. You know what I mean? So we've added more juice, more horsepower, more speed. So for example, the base tractor would be 30 mph. This is 42. You know what I mean? So you're getting a horsepower and a torque scale juice up with the Pro version. That type of thing. Multiple wheel options: Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Redstein, Nokian. I'm particularly proud of the Nokians. I do like these Nokian tires. So we have standard, we have Kibuno, we have these beefy. Look at the thread in that thing. That awesome thread. Look at that. Look, the wide. Look at that thread. That beautiful thread. Look, communal again. So you have different wheel communal tires and different sizes. So there's still stuff to put into the mod. So let's just kind of, I'm not going to go through every wheel option. This will give you the idea though. So standard, wheel weights, wides plus weights, wide 2, so they're slightly wider. Wide tires plus weights, so a different kind of width of wheel. Narrow tires. So what needs to be added here? We need to add dual narrows, right? Because they're only single narrows at the moment. So dual narrows with no crop destruction. And then we need to add row crop narrows, right? With the narrows with the big spacing between the wheels. So they're not in this particular build, but they will be for the final public version. So yeah, we're going to be adding more narrow tire options. Rear twins and then twins all round, right? So you kind of get the idea there, right? Beacon options. This is kind of standard stuff as well. You've seen these options before. Left, right, both. Okay, and then none. Beacon types. These are just base game beacon lights. They're nothing special. You get 4 options, right? Roof lights. You can put some roof lights on this thing. Okay. Ear honk. You could put a couple of ear honkers. Tony Miff or Tony, Tony had an idea about this honk. I wanted a kind of a special honk sound, but I'm not going to reveal that yet. But yeah, we're gonna this particular option here. When you select this honker, it's going to have its own custom honk sound. Side warning signs. So we have an EU and a US configuration. Right. So that warning triangle. We were trying something out, so that warning triangle will not be. It's you can see the warning triangle is present whether you select US or EU. That needs to be fixed, obviously. But we were just trying something out, and This won't be like this in the final version, as it were. So we'll just go for the US version here, the Iseria Pro. So we've added precision farming support for this. These are all base game assets, right? So you get the sensors and the sensors on the top, right? The GPS is new, so we built an entire GPS system into the mod from kind of scratch. So this is a base game asset here. So this is a GPS terminal from the base game. It has a wireless antenna. So what we have internally here, we have a support frame and then a GPS terminal. That GPS terminal is also wireless, right? And the power, okay, for people who are wondering where the power cables are, they're inside the frame. It's invisible, So that's what we're going with. It's inside. So main color, you've got a lot of color options here. Look. All sorts of color options. Right. Now I kind of like that one there. I'm just going to go with the base kind of standard version because I want to show you the kind of the paint job that my MyGamesteam has put on this. The exhaust colors, look. Nothing, nothing revolutionary about this, but it's an option. Rim colors, again, this isn't going to blow anybody's mind or anything, but it is there. Okay, let's just kind of go with that one there. So that is kind of the kind of the shop options. So again, what I'm showing here is not the full kind of public version. It is still in a beta state. There's still more work to be done to it. We're not quite finished yet. So for example, the entire sound scheme, I think we're going to change to something custom. So this has a lot of simple IC functionality as well. You can open up the hood here. So there is obviously a sound associated with the opening and closing animation. Okay. So for example, you see the oil filters. See the oil filters here, and there's two on the opposite side. So there's two here. Basically, we're going to be putting decals on those. Case New Holland decals and that type of thing. Branded ones. All of the internal engine is animated, and there's a lot of massive level of detail in this. We had to do a lot of jiggery pokery and i3D kind of wizardry, I guess. I don't know if it's wizardry, but it's a very, very high poly count model. So we had to do certain things, dynamically loading in parts to kind of reduce the poly count. So you can see the back here. It's very, very high level of detail on this thing. Extremely high level. I mean, this is giant software level quality, in my opinion. Right? There is a massive amount of detail in this. IC, again, you can open the door. Okay. If I get I need to get another version of this just to show you the other kind of options. Where is the... Oh, it has a front loader attacher as well. Sorry, I forgot about that. Let me get that one as well. Nope. So yeah, it does have a support for front loader attachers. So if I go in cab and I hit the IC function, so you have the warning signs here, the EU warning signs. So there's a simple IC X here. Okay. So these go in and out. So there's an X on both sides. There is also mouse control for that function as well. If I can remember how to do it, that is. Or there's mouse control for the some of the doors and the windows. So if I press the two shoulder buttons, okay. So I'm using mouse control. You can mouse control the left and right doors, I believe. Yes. Okay. You can do this side as well. Okay. Now what else is there? Unfold tractor. So currently the button assignment here is A. That needs to be changed to a D-pad option because it'll conflict with a worker if it's set to A. So that needs to be changed. Open cover. Oh, that's it. So what? So these are the open cover or the... So both of them go in and out with open cover, close cover. Okay. That's that. Anything else? I think that's it. So internally, I guess, in terms of the other IC features, so I've showed you these. We have the door. We have the armrests. Okay, up and down. We have the body seat up and down. Okay. We have this armrest as well. At the rear window. What else is there? We have the internal light. So there's a cabin light in here. Okay. What else do we have? I think that's it. I'm not entirely sure. I think that's it. So let me just put down the hood here. So yeah, there is a lot of icy functionality built into the mod, as it is. There's a few more things to go in. So there is there's a handbrake down here, but you can't really see it. So you see the handbrake in there? I was thinking about adding. Do you know, Tony? You remember the stair with the animated handbrake? But since you can't see the bloody thing. Look. Oh, well, you can now. So, you know, we might add an IC function for that handbrake there. I don't know, though. Because if you put that armrest down, look. So you're going to have two X's very, very close to each other. I don't think we should put an IC function on the handbrake there. Because that will conflict with this. What else is there? So let me show you what happens at night time with this thing. We did a lot of work in terms of the internal lighting on the cabin. So this is what she looks like at night time. Okay. So you turn on the engine. Okay. So your GPS terminal comes on, obviously with the turn on the engine. Your CB radio, okay, that turns on. Six Wheeling, how are you, sir? How are things? Thank you for tuning in, my friend. Appreciate that. Hope you're doing well, sir. So there needs to be a little bit of work done on the CB radio here. So you see the way it's orange at the moment. I'm going to change that to blue, and I'm going to change up a few other things with it as well. You know, I like to do my own thing. You know, I did a lot of work on the decals here. So do you see the dashboard? So this is an LCD, right? So I did a lot of work on that on the decals to clean them up so the image is sharper and more, you know, defined. So I think I've done a good job with that. It looks a lot better now. I fixed one of the issues. So see the turn signal lever. Let me show you this. Right, see the way that's animated there. So basically, in MyGamesteam's version of the mod, the turn signal lever, the emissive decal was on, illuminated all the time. So I fixed that one. So let me show you something else here. Turn on the engine, right? So we've added this new to the mod as well. Let me turn on the first stage lights. So you can see here, my friend, look, there's a green kind of emissive light coming here. That is based on the real world vehicle. We've added a glass as well to that section here. So there's a readout display here. So it shows tractor information. So it shows fuel capacity, speed, and hours of use and that type of thing. So that wasn't in the previous versions of the of MyGamesteam's mod, but we've implemented this idea into the new updated version. There's also kind of a little bit of a illumination when you so when you turn on the first stage lights, you see the way you can now see kind of that dashboard area. Look, see the way it's dark, and now you can see it. Look. So how we did that? There's an invisible light inside in the internal cab. Now you can't see it, obviously, but obviously something is casting that light. You know. So we did that so you can kind of see the the dashboard area at night time. There's no functionality in terms of the actual dashboard here, you know. But as I said, once we kind of get into the kind of fun stages of the mod, you know, we'll start exploring the possibility of dashboard live and that type of thing, and we'll see how things go. So yeah, this is kind of where we're at the moment with this mod. You know, it's still a work in progress. There's still stuff to do. I put in the light nodes for the rear license plate. That was missing as well. You have your beacon lights. You have your lights. We changed up some of the light stages here as well. So you got 4 light stages on this. So you got 1, 2, 3. Okay. And then you have the 4th stage here. So that's what she looks like, full illumination there. Alright. So there's plenty of light in this thing, you know. All LED as well. 250 horsepower. It's got a beefy torque scale on this thing. It's going to be a good mid-size tractor, and that's what I've designed it for, you know. So let me show you something else that we built into the mod. So as I said, precision farming and GPS ready. Right, it's all there. I want to show you this. So this is a couple of base game pieces of equipment. Okay, you've seen this before, the Coon. Alright. So I'm sure you've seen this before. You hook up. Oh. Ah, shit, I've got the wrong tractor. Okay, you idiot. I need the bloody 3-point version, you moron. US front loader attacher, area, GPS. There we go. That's a bit better. Wow, Tony. That's a big number for you. Holy crap. I am honored, sir. So, this is our custom side pipe. So this is a prefab from the mod hub. Look, basically, when you hook up the front tank thingy, these are prefabs. Anybody can use them. We customized it. You know, we put the Case IH logo on it and that type of thing, and that's kind of what it looks like. So you have that whole side tank thingy going on. You know. So obviously, you know, you're going to fill it with seed and fertilizer and stuff like that. The increased weight is helping a lot, you know. So let me see what it looks like with and without seeds. I may need to increase the weight a little bit more. See what happens when I put the seeds in this thing. I want to kind of check the weight with this front and rear. So I want this tractor to work with this setup, basically. But I need to make sure the weight of the tractor is sufficient to support the weight of the, the front and rear implements. So yeah, to me it looks like I'm going to need a bit more weight in this thing. So as you can see, she's sliding around a little bit. Let's see what happens when I fold it up here. Yeah, so she's going to need a little bit more weight, I think, to kind of maybe an extra 200 kilograms or something on the front and rear of the tractor. Should hopefully sort that out. But we're almost there. So yeah, that's the this is kind of what I wanted it to intended for. You know, I wanted this whole side pipe stuff to work with these kind of pieces of equipment. You know, at 250 horses, you know, it should be more than sufficient to run this setup. You know. So you can kind of see there, look. You know, it needs more weight, you know. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. It's got all the usual bells and whistles, you know. Take a look at the log here as well, I suppose, while we're here. I haven't checked the log myself yet, to be honest. Let's take a look at the log and see, you know, what she looks like. So the Piaggio is yeah, I knew it. Yeah, that's the Piaggio. So the sounds of the Piaggio hasn't been marked right, and the brand, you know, the Piaggio brand file hasn't been marked correctly. So I mean, they're easy to fix. It's nothing to do with the case or the Fendt or anything. But, you know, that Piaggio is not ready or anything. So let's just see if there's anything else here. That's the usual performance warning from the base game map. Nothing to do with the mods. Let's see what else is here. So yeah, the log is clean so far, thank God. I don't know if you guys are aware. Someone has hacked the the Alpine, or not the Alpine, the Platinum DLC. You know, no, I don't have it installed here. You know, the Volvo, the L120H. Some naughty person has hacked the Giants DLC. So yeah, for research purposes, I did take a look at it. It is legitimate, actually. But there's a lot of interesting stuff in the zip file. Let's just put it that way. For modders. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at now. So you know, there's still a lot to do. So if I exit this, let's see, what else do I have? It was entirely for research purposes, Tony. You know, obviously I don't condone you know, that type of thing. So yeah, there's a couple of other mods here that we're working on for MyGamesteam. We have the Mercedes-Benz Service Pack and the Actress Pack. What else do we have? We're still doing some internal testing on the Big M500. We've got some reported issues with multiplayer on the Big M500. We're trying to figure that out. You know, myself and Tony did test in multiplayer, but we never tested with courseplay. You know, I don't know anything about courseplay, so I never tested with courseplay. So that's something what we're going to have to look into, is doing a bit more testing with courseplay in the Big M500. So should we just load in the service packs? There's some stuff in here that I don't think Tony has even seen. Some stuff in here that I had actually missed. So I'm just gonna load in the Platinum there as well. So yeah, you know, at any one time, you know, I'm working on like multiple mods, and then I've got my brands project that I'm working on. So there's a lot to keep me busy. So these are another MyGamesteam mods. I've been working on these. So these are going to be, I don't know, version 1.1, 1.2. I don't know what version they're going to be. So you have a tipper version, you have a tanker version, and you have a log carrier version. Okay. Engine setup. You have two engine setups. You have 480 or 652. The wheel setups are nothing you know, nothing revolutionary. Thank you very much, Six, for tuning in. I appreciate that, sir. Have a good evening, and God willing, we shall see you again. Yeah, the wheel options are nothing, you know, outstanding or revolutionary. They're fine. Front design. So we have a bull bar 1, bull bar 2, bull bar 3. Beacons. You can put the beacons on top. You can beacon design. Put that one on. GPS. There is no GPS on this, but because I have the GPS installed, it just, you know, it's automatically there. You know, that type of thing. And body colors. You know, you know, the usual stuff that you would expect. You know. That's a very nice silver color, actually. If you select the tanker version, you can change the color of the tanker, obviously. All right. The rim color, so there's a couple of rim color options. There's an internal and then an external. You can change the color of the fenders, and you can change the internal rim color as well. So you can kind of see it there, look. All right. So you have the tanker version, and you have the log carrier version. Right, the usual stuff. Just test this actually over here. Fills up pretty quickly. 15,000 liters. I have updated this version of the mod to the version 1.10.1 or whatever it's called. So I had to delete the cache and everything. So you might see some stitching, you know, stuttering and spluttering and frame hitching and that type of thing, as you can kind of see. You know, the textures need to load in basically, and the only way to do that is just to drive around the map. See the way that it's hitching and spluttering. So you gotta load in all the textures here. So there's your internal cab view on this. There is IC functionality on this one as well. You can put down the windows. So you can roll up or down the windows. Armrest. Sun visors. Internal light. Okay. Sun visor. You have the window up here that opens. You have the sleeping compartment thingy. You can obviously do the opposite side as well. And the windows. You know, there's a lot of stuff in here actually. It's built in a lot of stuff in here. And it's good quality as well. Everything works in terms of the dash, the displays, the dashboard. It's all modern and everything. I would assume that everything's animated on this thing. Yeah, the pedals are animated, the seat is animated. Various lights. 1, 2, 3, 4 stages of lights. See the kind of the lighting package here. Illuminated at the side. The back. Oh, Houston. Ah. Don't know if you noticed that, my friends, but the let's check it at night time actually, just to make sure. I think I spotted something there. Yeah, the license plate lights are not illuminated, so we're going to have to add that in as well. Look, so there's no light nodes for the license plate lights. See that? So I'm going to have to add that in. Reverse lights, hazards, brake lights, side lights, beeper. Make sure left and right is working. Side lights here. Lights here working. Lights there working. Top lights. Wait. Oh, a second. Is that right? That light there. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I thought there might have been an issue there. No, that's fine. Right. So they're mostly all working here. So we have stage 1, 2. So that's a high beam. 3, and then 4. So they have the top lights are obviously the 4th stage, the big LED ones. Okay, so that's what it looks like at night time. Is your tanker version, your log version, and you have your tipper version as well. So that is the Actros pack. Well, you know, we're still working on this thing. You know, it's a few little things to do in it yet. You know. Then we have this service pack, which is a little bit more complex in terms of the mod. Let's get rid of some equipment here. So we have the Mercedes service pack. So this comes in 2 versions. You have the wrecker and the flatbed. Right. So here's the wrecker version. So this is a little bit more complex. So we have the special design. So there's kind of a special liveries on each version. We have stock. We have falch. We have the flags, and they're animated. So it puts a special livery on the sides of this thing, and then we have that one as well. That's kind of a wrecker version. So we're going to get this one, I think. We have front design. So once again, we have the bull bar options. Okay. GPS, you can ignore that. The body color, now you can't change the colors in these kind of special decal versions because they're preset. You know, that type of thing. So if you want to change the color of it manually, you have to select the stock version. See that? So once you choose this one or this one, you know, the kind of colors are preset. So upon using this, I discovered stuff that I hadn't previously seen in this thing. So you can kind of see the stuff in here. There is a lot of illumination on this thing. A lot of lighting on this thing as well. A lot of functionality. Unfold, ground. So it says G-R-O-U-N-G. That's a typo. So that should say ground, not ground. Or ground. Okay, we're going to have to fix that. So that opens this section here. Oh, Jesus, collisions. Maybe do that again. do that again. There's a lot of beacon lights associated with this thing, look. So look at all the illumination up here. So all this shit turns on, look. Look at that beacon bar. And that beacon bar, awesome. Look at that, look. It's all different coloured lights and everything in this thing. What else is there? So you can move this up and down. What else is there? We have we can move this in and out as well. We have another option here. What else is there? So you can put the arm up and down in this thing as well. So there's a lot of you know, like controller and that type of thing. You know, inputs and mouse controls and that type of thing. There are control groups on this as well. So you have control group 1, you have the wrecker arms. You control group 2, which is the lights. So this thing gets a little bit complex as well if I can figure this out. Right, now there's a way to do this. So you put this like this. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Right, so yeah, that's a 2 shoulder buttons and the right joystick up or down. So you can put that up or down here, look. Okay, so that's what that looks like. So if you put you can turn the lights as well on this thing, look. Using your controllers. Or your, you know, your left and right joystick, whatever. And then you have another option then where you can turn on the lights, if I can remember how to do this bloody thing. So there is a way to do it. It's the left, so you 2 shoulder buttons and then the left joystick. So you can turn on the lights, right? And so there's a lot, he's put in a lot of kind of snazzy features into this thing. And then you have you can do the mirrors, so there's a 3rd control group. You can put the mirrors in and out. Yeah, put the mirrors in and out with your Xbox controller. Get a better view of that, so there you go, look. And obviously you can do the same on the opposite side. So this is the kind of the internal cab view. Once again, you have icy functionality. You have the door open. You have the mirror, and there's a sound associated with that. You have your armrests. You know, the usual stuff that you saw on the Actros. Excuse me, on the Actros. Internal light. That type of thing. So yeah, there's a lot going on with this particular mod here. So that's kind of a basic kind of overview of the Mercedes-Benz, the service pack. It does have other bells and whistles, obviously, with IC functionality. So you can open up all the panels. And there are objects inside, you know. This is a roadside service vehicle. Got all various tools and implements and that type of thing in here. Got a lot of detail on the back here as well. A lot of lights. Let's turn on the flashers and everything else. So that's kind of like the full light package on this. So that's the reverse lights. So yeah, there's a lot of bling bling going on there, as you can see. So the side panels are basically replicated on the opposite side. Yeah, you don't need to see it. You have the side flashers, they all work as well, look. On the side lights. You have the blinkies on the front as well, look. So you have the front flashers, that type of thing. Stuff up here. Stuff up here. A lot of light nodes in this bloody thing. Yeah, there's a lot of work to get all that in there. A lot of scripting that needed to be, you know, added to this thing. Where is the rear license plate on this thing? See the front license plate. Where's the rear license plate in this? Does it? Oh, it's at the top. Oh, I see. Yeah, so there's a rear license plate there. There we go. So yeah, that's the license plate. So there you go. That's the Mercedes-Benz, the service pack. It's another mod by MyGamesteam. So we're kind of working on an update to this at the moment. You know, it's not done or anything, as you can. A few little things there need to be kind of fixed up, but that's kind of where we are at the moment in terms of the MyGamesteam. So I guess the first mod we're going to try and get out for Saturday, hopefully, depending on how things go, is the Case IH, the MXM 190, because that's kind of the most complete and finished. The Katana is going to be a bit of a ways off. It's early days yet on that. MyGamesteam, he does want to do some work on these, so that'll probably take a little bit of time. And then the Piaggio. So you know, there's a lot going on. So I just wanted to show you the Platinum DLC and just kind of quickly show you that someone has actually someone has hacked and cracked this particular mod here, my friends. I'm not surprised that it was hacked and cracked. What surprised me was how long it took for the bloody thing to be, you know, I would have expected it to happen a lot sooner. But yeah, this is it. I could tell by the level of detail on the version of the mod, you know, and even the fact that the see this decal here. So Giants created this Volvo decal for the rear fire extinguisher, and this fire extinguisher then is loaded in dynamically. If you actually look at the ITD file, but yeah, someone has hacked and cracked this thing. It'll be interesting to see what people do with the assets, the mods, the files, the sound files, the green beacon light even. And then of course you get the tools as well with it. So this is the official Platinum DLC, just to be aware of that. I'm not showing off a cracked or hacked mod or anything, but I'm just showing you kind of what's kind of out there and stuff, you know. I hate that reverse beep sound. Oh my god, Giants, really? Did you not give us an option on that? So what's interesting with this mod is that when you turn on the engine, that green beacon light automatically comes on. There's no option to there's no option to change that. It's just automatically on no matter what. So they have a spinny fan internally here. Yeah, the engine is modelled inside as well. One thing about Giants is they do an amazing job of just the level of detail that they're able to put into their stuff, you know, and keep it within the poly count limit. I'm always amazed at how they're able to do that. Yeah, they are. Look at the level of detail on this thing. This shit is like under, 250,000 polys. Fantastic level of 3D modeling and the way they're able to do it, And you got all the internals as well, Fantastic level of detail on this thing. And the kind of the cloth on the seat and that type of thing, Very, very nice pieces of kit. Right, my friends, there you go. I think that's probably going to be it from me. Kind of a bit of an impromptu stream, So I guess the main focus, as I said, was the Katana. We are making very good progress on this thing, and I'm very happy with the direction of this thing is going, and I think people are going to be happy with the the end result, as it were, But there's some work to do yet, basically, Right, there we go. We're going to end it there. I think Smitty is probably is Smitty not streaming yet on Twitch? I didn't get any alert. Right, my friends, we are going to end the stream there. I'm going to say thank you all very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hopefully that passed away an hour or something for you guys, So yeah, so you can, I will let you guys know when these particular mods are out and available by MyGamesteam. And as per usual, anybody who wants them, I will send them to you directly myself. Right, my friends, we're going to leave it there. An hour and 12 minutes streaming. Thank you all very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. And God willing, we shall see you again in the next one.